Merry meet. Welcome and good morning. I am Nichole Romero-Dungan, and I am the worship associate and speaker for today's Sunday Beltane service. Here at UUNB, you will find that we have a blended ministry for our Sunday services. On the first Sunday of the month, and eventually more to come, we will hear from our minister, the Reverend Ade Krabah. And other Sundays are filled with speakers from our own congregation and special guests from the larger community. With an eclectic mix of topics, one is sure to find something that inspires action, soothes the soul, and/or provokes thought. Next Sunday, we will hear from the Reverend Ade Krabah for our Flower Communion service. Today, our service covers Beltane, also known as May Day, a holiday that has its roots in pagan spiritual practices. It is an ancient Northern Hemisphere festival celebrating spring, summer, and the transition between the two. It is more commonly associated with the first day of summer, since these festivals are generally held halfway between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. As you use, today is in congruence with our third and seventh principles: acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregations, and respect for the interdependent web of all existence in which we are a part. If this is your first visit to UUNB, we'd like to get to know you. So please sign the guest book in the lobby, and once we have your information, we can keep you updated with our monthly newsletter if you so desire. After service, we have coffee and conversation, and we would love for you to hang back and give us a chance to visit with you, so in the future, when you visit again, we can grow our connections. Not to mention, after this particular service, we have Morris dancers who will be performing for us, as well as the maypole dance if you should so choose to participate. So again, hello everyone. My name is Nichole, and I am a member of this congregation, a practicing eclectic spiritualist, head of the Cups chapter here at UUNB, which stands for Covenant of Unitarian Universalist Pagans, and a spiritual leader in the pagan community. Today, we will be talking about and participating in Beltane, the Gaelic May Day festival. At the peak of spring and the beginning of summer, halfway between the spring equinox and summer solstice, many pagans celebrate Beltane. This festival is one of the most festive of the 8 Sabbats of the year. It is held on the Gregorian calendar day of May 1st for the Northern Hemisphere. Beltane is a celebration of vitality, fertility, strength, abundance, health, and growth. In today's celebrations, Beltane often reflects a blending of many traditions as well. Since I am not sure how familiar everyone is with pagans and paganism, I am going to start with a brief overview about pagans, ritual, and then Beltane. The word pagan is from Latin and originally meant outsider, or someone who lived in the country. It is defined today as, quote, a person holding religious beliefs other than those of the main world religions. By its simple literal definition, it is a major umbrella term. With a little research, one will find that the beliefs that stem from the God of Abraham, Christians, Muslims, Jewish, and their many branches, hold the majority. So by this definition, there are a lot of traditions that could be considered outside the norm. Pagans believe many things, and each individual, group, and community is different from one another. Many may not even want the usage of the word pagan, and we as a community of differences strive to allow the room for change, transition, and for people to search out their own truth, especially for their own spirituality. However, for the most part, the people who do call themselves pagan live by the rule of do as thou will, and it harm none. For pagans, the dynamics of the changing seasons, the interplay between darkness and light, and the natural world are fundamental. All of these things are expressions of deeper truths. By making a conscious choice to be active participants in the natural ebb and flow of the year and the natural world, pagans find harmony. Pagan paths are experiential, and the experience is a major part of our magic, our energy, our prayer. This is the reason for rituals, as it guides pagans on an experiential journey in order to feel connected. Beltane honors life. All of life is bursting with potent fertility. And at this point in the wheel of the year, the potential becomes conception. As with all the ancient agricultural seasonal celebrations, this was and is a time to tune into nature. Many ceremonies, rituals, and traditions were followed to ensure prosperity, health, fertility, as well as the well-being of one's crops and livestock. While today many modern people don't have farms, unless you're all of a sudden homesteading, there are still things in our lives that we would want to prosper. The archetype and/or energies of this season make a great focus and source to tap into as a spiritual practitioner. At Beltane, earth energies are at their strongest and most active. This is a time to tune into nature's tides of strength, growth, and abundance. This energy is all around us and easy to tap into to fuel our passions, desires, and wishes. A brilliant moment in time to bring dreams into action. Some of the traditions of Beltane are done with that in mind. Bell fires, or Beltane bonfires, are a symbol of this season. And actually, I think bonfires are popular at every pagan celebration. People would cleanse themselves and their livestock by passing between two bonfires before they were put out to pasture. People would also leap over smaller fires with the same mind to cleanse and, I don't know, that's kind of fun to jump over a little fire. This was seen as an act of cleansing oneself and celebrating the sun's return to warmth to the land. The maypole is another tradition of this season. Maypole dancing has been around for a long time. Historians believe the first maypole dancers originated as part of pagan fertility rituals. People would decorate a tree that had been stripped of its branches and leaves, then decorated it in florals to dance around. The dance was a patterned and weaving of steps around the pole, and some danced with ribbons tied to the top, so the ribbon is woven down as the dancers dance around. Morris dancing has been performed at seasonal festivals and holidays as a way to display the people's joy at the change of season. Dance, bells, and music in honor of the returning sun after the dark of winter, in honor of the fertile summer, and in honor of harvest feasts. So Morris dancing is not just for Beltane, but we do see it more often around Beltane. Here in service, we're actually going to do a little energy work, prayer work, spell work, meditation work. They're all synonymous for me. And that is the May tree or bush, which is also known as the fairy or wishing tree. The May tree is traditionally a hawthorn bush due to it blooming at the time of Beltane, but typically any small tree or shrub on which people place decorations, as well as offering prayers and wishes to nature spirits, is good. People would hang ribbons or strips of fabric onto the May tree and leave their offerings. Some fabric would be of a sick person's clothing, dipped into the waters and rivers near the May tree and tied to the branches to help heal the person connected to the fabric. While we may not have a hawthorn, but no matter where you place your ribbons at the end of our craft, the intentions are the same. Here we have actually 3 different ones. The middle one is actually my Chinese fringe tree in my backyard, and you can see previous ribbons that I have tied to it. The one in the upper corner is my friend Jaime. He created some pot and just stuck a bunch of branches in there. And so did my friend Wanda, who has a bunch of her ribbons in her backyard with candles. So whatever you've got on hand is good. So today, you all were given a set of 3 ribbons and a Sharpie. Sharpie started to run out, so I do ask everyone to share, but did anybody not get any ribbons who may want to participate? We shall be placing our intentions and wishes on ribbon and then later hanging them somewhere at home where we can see it until Beltane next year. And again, I hang mine on the Chinese fringe tree. So these ribbons will be infused with your wishes. It will be up to you what you write on your ribbons. Your ribbon decorations take the form of a magical charm, a medium through which to convey your wishes, prayers, and intentions to the divine powers, be that within or without. So right now, you can tie it later if it's easier for writing, but eventually you will want to knot your ribbons so that they dangle in 3 like this. But you don't have to do that until after you write if you'd like, whatever is easy. But I will be playing a song that's about 5 minutes and 34 seconds to help you contemplate and just think about what it is that you would like to ask yourself within, to ask the Beltane energies, the fairy under the fairy tree, or even so much as just knowing that you're going to see these words for a year. It's going to build that energy within yourself to help achieve the goals yourself, whatever it is that you believe. All right, and then at the end, if you want, you are also welcome to braid them and then tie them at the end. And then that is your charm. So let's everyone take a deep breath. And now. If you are able to do so, I would leave these ribbons up for 1 year. Somewhere you can see it regularly and be on the lookout for the divine universe's messages to help you achieve those wishes and dreams that you wrote on your ribbon. And one more deep breath. And out. May our work be blessed. Blessed be and happy Beltane to everyone.